The Buddhists use farm equipment to beat up intruders. Jehovah's Witnesses use flashlight to beat up intruders.
So when the anointed are called to heaven, one of the first assignments is to fight. Yeah. Now that's interesting.
How the heretics? Jehovah's Witnesses are very proud of being a peaceful religion. We don't have weapons, we don't go to war. Jehovah's Witnesses would never hurt another people, and they are proud of that, as they should. It's a wonderful thing. But also they know that if someone would attack them, they would defend themselves. And they claim that this is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. I love Jehovah's Witnesses. Tastes like chicken. But is it extraordinary? Because the Jehovah's Witness claim is that the Jehovah's Witness religion is extraordinary because they're such a peaceful that they will never hurt anyone unless they needed to defend themselves. And I would say that most people on this planet would say the same. That I would never hurt anyone unless I was attacked and would defend myself. And then Jehovah's Witnesses would say that we do not own any weapons. And well, that would make a difference. But still, it's not extraordinary. Because I remember a story I had with the Jehovah's Witnesses that worked on Bethel. So Bethel is the Jehovah's Witness headquarters. And it's like a spiritual paradise. Everyone is smiling. They'll be sent home if they're not. But there's also, this is Bethel. There's like a perimeter around, like a fence. And they have a security guard. And the security guard is Jehovah's Witness. And I know that because I used to be one. Not on Bethel, but on conventions and construction sites and stuff like that. So I put a lot of thought into this. And they said, we'll talk, we will follow Jesus' example, we'll reason with people. But worst case scenario, you have to fight. So I met, while I was a Jehovah's Witness, I was a pioneer in Lithuania. I was speaking to a Russian brother, and he had also been a guard at Bethel. I don't remember if it was the Estonian Bethel or the Russian Bethel or something like that, but anyway, he had been a guard at the Bethel. So I asked him, did Watchtower give you some kind of weapon to fight with? And he said, no, Jehovah's Witnesses will never have any weapon. And I knew the answer, but I just wanted to push him a little. So I said, did he give you a weapon? No. Did he give you pepper spray? No. Jehovah's Witnesses would never use pepper spray. But what would you do if you meet a really bad person? Well, we would talk to him, maybe start a Bible study. Well, what if it doesn't work? Well, then we would keep talking to him, try to reason with him, appeal to his conscience. Well, what if he doesn't have a conscience? After all, he's a worthy person. Well, we call the police. Well, what if the police doesn't come? Or if they say they come, but you have to wait 10 minutes and a bad person can do a lot of bad stuff in 10 minutes. So I kept pushing him because I wanted an answer. And in the end he looked down a bit and then he said, well, Watchtower, they gave us, not this one, they gave us the biggest flashlight they could find. Big and heavy flashlights. So we can beat them with our flashlights. So my point now is Jehovah's Witnesses are wonderful people. Jehovah's Witnesses would never kill another man or hurt another man, except the governing body. The governing body believe, the leaders of Jehovah's Witnesses, that they will come back, they go up to heaven soon, and then they come back and kill 7 billion people. I'm not kidding. 7 billion people will die for the crime of not being Jehovah's Witness, and they will not be killed by God. They will be killed by Jesus Christ and the governing body, including this guy.
We will serve along with Christ and his holy angels, waging the final war against God's enemies. So if you've ever thought that you might feel left in the lurch after the anointed are taken to heaven, think of this. On earth, none of us Christians are allowed to fight. Many of us anointed ones are too old to fight, even if we were allowed to. But in heaven, we will be mighty, immoral spirit creatures, fighting alongside our warrior king, Jesus Christ. Believe me, we can and will do you significant more good in heaven than we ever could as imperfect humans here on this earth.
If you remember kung fu movies like Bruce Lee and stuff, and they use these nunchucks, have you seen them? They run. Do you know the origin of that? Because it's a really weird weapon. Why would anyone? Who came up with that? Well, the most likely explanation is that Buddhist or religious monks, they was accumulating wealth, just like Watchtower is a very wealthy organization. It's a nice organization that don't use violence, but they do accumulate wealth. And when you do accumulate wealth, you have to protect your wealth from people that are not as nice as you, while maintaining the image of being a really nice guy with no weapon. So how do you do that? Well, you could pray and you can buy a flashlight. But what they did in a farming community is that you have a tool, forgot the English word, but you use it to thresh your rice grain or kind grain. So you use it for threshing. So that means that a bad guy that go into Bethel, he will be knocked down with a flashlight, the biggest flashlight Watchtower could find. While a person back in the days in Asia that goes into Buddhist compound and say, oh, all these unarmed religious crazy people, I just steal their gold. Look at him. He has nothing but a farm tool. And then the farm tool guy starts with this ding, 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 ding. There's a severe element of surprise there. So my question with this is not what's wrong with the world here. It's a lot of violence. Even my gingerbread house is falling apart. But are Jehovah's Witnesses peaceful people? Yes, except the governing body that will kill 7 billion people. But the Jehovah's Witnesses, the normal Jehovah's Witnesses, are really nice and friendly people. So are the Buddhists. The Buddhists use farm equipment to beat up intruders. Jehovah's Witnesses use flashlight to beat up intruders. So why do the organization that give flashlights to their guards to beat up intruders have the moral superiority to go to heaven and come back with Jesus and kill all the Buddhists for using nunchucks? That's my question. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this, please subscribe to my channel. It makes me so happy. And especially now since my gingerbread house broke, I need some encouragement. So that's my question. And if you're a Jehovah's Witness, please leave a message and I'll see you in paradise.